Hi everyone! Today I'm making vegan pesto. How often do you come back from work, you're tired, you're hungry, and you open the fridge and there's nothing to eat? Well, it happens a lot to me. So throughout the years, I've been looking for recipes that is easy to make, great to eat, and it's ready for me anytime. So I'm going to make a series of videos that covers what I called vegan's best friends, or anybody's best friends. They're basically recipes that are super fast to make, super comforting to eat, and the best of all, they're ready for you in the fridge anytime you need them. The first thing I'm going to show you today is pesto sauce. So the ingredients you need is, first of all, a lot of basil leaves. So I've got probably 200 grams here, 2 big batches. So you need a lot of basil, and you need a lemon and some garlic. I've got pine nuts here, so you can use walnuts or mix both if you want to, but I'm a big fan of pine nuts. I love pine nuts, so I'm going to use pine nuts here. And you also need nutritional yeast. So if you're newly vegan, this will probably sound a bit foreign to you, but basically it says on the tin it's yeast flakes. It's got slightly cheesy flavour to it, so we're using it to replace parmesan. You can get it quite easily from supermarket or health food store nowadays. So this is what you need. And you need some olive oil. With the pesto, we're going to eat it raw most of the time. So I recommend that you use the best olive oil you can get hold of. It would definitely be worth it, I promise. And some salt and pepper to taste. So the spirit of the video is really about preparing items beforehand that you can use them to create different dishes anytime. So you want an airtight container like this. You can use a jar if you want to. Just make sure that it's airtight. It will help you to keep the pesto in the fridge much longer. So equipment-wise, I'm using a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, it's not the end of the world. I mean, to be honest, you can use pestle mortar if you must, but I'm a firm believer in using the right tools to do the right job. So, and the easier it is, the more likely you're gonna do it often. So I highly recommend that you get a food processor if you have a space in your kitchen. So we're ready to make the pesto. To make the pesto, it really couldn't be easier. We're basically going to put all ingredients in the food processor and then blitz it. The first thing I'm going to put in is the basil leaves. So these I have washed and then dried in the salad spinner. So I'm going to just chuck all of it in. So I need to probably break in half. So I'm going to quickly just, if it doesn't, just cut them in half, probably easier. It should be fine. I'll just chuck everything in. It's quite a lot of basil. And the smell is amazing. The smell of basil is just so irresistible. Next thing, we're going to add the cloves of garlic. So the amount of garlic is decided by you. You can skip it all together if you want to, but I love garlic, so I'm going to add 3 cloves in there. That works for me. So next thing we're going to add is pine nuts or walnuts. So we need half a cup of that. So you need half a cup. So it's about that much. So we're going to add in there. The next thing we're going to add is 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. So 1, 2, 3. Been quite generous with it. So the nutritional yeast depends on your personal preference. You can kind of adjust the amount. I mean, ultimately, this is a recipe that really you need to taste it to decide the correct amount for you. But I recommend not to overdo the nutritional yeast, because with a hint of it, it's got kind of cheesy flavour. But if you overdo it, If you say, well, I really love cheese, I just want to add tons of it, it will actually taste less cheesy. You will notice it's actually not cheese, if you know what I mean. So you really just want a hint of it to blend with the flavor. We also need a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I squeezed some lemon juice earlier on. I'm going to pour just about a tablespoon. So one lemon, depends on the size, will give you about a tablespoon. So the last thing we want to put in before we add the salt and pepper is olive oil. So we need half a cup. So I'm going to pour in half a cup. This oil is absolutely delicious. So I'm going to just pour it in like this. I'm going to add some salt and pepper as well. Again, you want to go easy in the beginning. Once you blitz it, you can add more later on. So I'm going to add just a couple of pinches and some pepper. So with the pepper, you can skip if you don't like pepper, but I'm going to just add tiny bits of it. Okay. So I'm going to put a lid on. And then blitz it. I'm going to pulse it a couple of times just to reduce it down. And then now I'm going to press auto. Right, so now I'm going to just open it up and check the consistency to see how it's doing. Oh, there's one leaf there, escaped. So I'm going to blitz a little bit more. It smells absolutely amazing, actually. So I'm going to just scrape off the bits on the edge and make sure everything is getting blended in. I'm going to blitz it again. And before I do that, I'm going to have a quick taste just to see what it tastes like. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, the amount of garlic is perfect for me. And I think I can probably add in a little bit more salt. Have a bit of extra salt in there. And maybe a bit more pepper as well. Oh my God, it tastes so good. Okay, so I'm going to blitz it again. Okay, I'm gonna have another look. Should be ready now. Oh my God, it's so smooth and beautiful. Look at the color. So I'm gonna have another quick taste. Oh, it's so good. It's really, really, really good. I'm so happy with it. So I'm gonna transfer it into the jar. So there you go, the pesto sauce is done, and you can see how easy it was. So before you seal the cover and put it in the fridge, what you want to do is to drizzle a layer of olive oil on the surface. And the reason for that is that it will create a protection between the pesto sauce and the oxygen, and it will keep the sauce much fresher and longer in the fridge. So what you want to do is that each time you take it out of the fridge, you want to scoop out the amount you need and then top up some more olive oil. So you should keep in the fridge for up to a week, 10 days, no problem from my experience, as long as you keep in the airtight jar and then keep topping the olive oil. So now I'm going to use the pesto sauce I just made to make my supper. Oh, I wish you could smell it. The aroma is just incredible. I can't wait to eat it. Oh, so good. So really, really good. It's just so comforting and warm. Perfect for days like this. So I hope you liked the video. See you next time.